So it is back to school. Here's some recommendations for you. I've tried to include some good affordable ones, and there's a couple not so affordable ones. So these are, what I've aimed for here is kind of a bit mass appealing, non-offensive, because you are going to be sat in close proximity to other people and you probably don't want to wear something that's going to offend them or make them feel sick. So I have gone for quite sort of fresh and clean-ish frags, but there's a few that are a bit different, but I think that they will all be reasonably appealing to most people. So let's get started. Okay, I'm going to start off with Valentino Romo Aqua. Awesome looking bottle. I love everything from the Valentino Romo line. I like the Romo and I like Romo Intense, and I'm looking forward to trying the new one, which I think is Romo Intense Noir or Extreme or Absolute, who fucking knows. Anyway, I'm still looking forward to smelling it, but this is a good fresh one that is not going to offend anybody. You could wear the original Romo, but it might be for some people a bit too sweet or a little bit too nice maybe for class. That's more for a sort of after school date, that kind of stuff, I think. Anyway, this one's got a lot of citruses. You can still get the creamy sort of hazelnut sweetness, but it's less pronounced than in the original. And you've got some great citruses going on here. It's quite crisp. So I think that's a great school fragrance. So that's Valentino Romo Aqua. I've also gone for Wow from Joop, or Joop if you want to say it properly. I actually really like this. I know it gets slated a little bit. I think it's very pleasant. Yes, it's not groundbreaking, but it is a bit different to a lot of the stuff that's coming out. It's a bit spicy. I get a tiny bit of a Fahrenheit vibe from it. It smells a little bit like there's some petrol in there, which I love, but it's sort of clean as well and musky and a bit sort of, you know, you get that kind of tonkery feel that you get from a lot of modern men's fragrances, but the spices really lift it up, and there is a freshness coming from it as well. So I'm a fan of that for an everyday sort of school office fragrance. I think it's pretty good. Prices aren't too bad. Next, good cheapie for you. Good old Ode Italy. Can be had very, very cheaply. This is Mr. Smelly's bottle. We paid £12.99 for 500 mils. So that was a particularly good deal that was found in TK Maxx. It smells like a woodsy vanilla with the tiniest touch of booziness, but it's still fresh and uplifting. I think the woods, it smells like cedar wood. There's probably quite a bit of ISOE super in there. It's just really, really pleasing, easy to wear, and because it's so cheap, you can spray it everywhere. It's Eau de Cologne, however, I get better performance than I would say from 4711 Eau de Cologne. I get almost as good as a normal Eau de Toilette. So my advice would be, if you go for this one, spray shit ton in the morning after your shower, take a little decan with you in your school bag, and maybe refresh just after lunch. Super bargainous product right there. So what's next? Let's go for Versace The Dreamer. Another bargain. No longer being made, however easily accessible and very, very cheap. So I think that was about £15 for that bottle, 50 mils there. And this one is musky, warm, spicy, clean, like smells like you've just freshly washed your clothes, but there's a lot more going on than that. The performance is excellent. It will take you through the whole school day, and it's very, very nice. The only downside is you're not going to find that to go out and sniff too easily. We can get it in Superdrug over here in the UK. You'll find it in Superdrug to sniff, Not sure about everywhere else, but you know, look out for it. It's a bargain. It really does do the job. It smells good to me. It's really, really nice. So next, let's go for this one is Prada Luna Rossa Carbon. Let's see, can't find the, okay, I've got the sample, but I didn't bring the sleeve over, so never mind that. This smells a fair bit like Sauvage, quite a lot of ambroxan, lots of freshness as well. Woodsy. It does smell a little bit generic. If you're someone that wants to stand out from the crowd, then this is not the one to go for. However, if you want all the girls to really like your fragrance and you want to fit in, you're more intent on fitting in with everybody else, then Prada Luna Rossa Carbon is actually pretty good. I like this. I prefer this to Sauvage. Sauvage is a little bit too much, too strong. I think the problem with Sauvage is many people overspray it and it is so dominant. I don't think guys that aren't into fragrances, I don't think they necessarily understand that some fragrances are way stronger than others. So whereas maybe with their Versace fragrances, they might do 10 sprays, and that's fine with, say, Eau Fraiche or Eros maybe, but with Sauvage, that stuff is nuclear and you really shouldn't do more than 3 sprays. That's my opinion. You may have a slightly different opinion. But this one is a much more acceptable level of power. It smells really good, but it is definitely toned down compared to Sauvage, and there's a bit more going on. You can get like this slightly earthy feel to it. It's called Carbon, which gives the idea that it's a coal-like smell. I kind of do get a little bit of a mineral vibe from it, which I really enjoy. I love that. I love a mineral smell in frags. So that's that one. What's next? Let's go for, this is nice. What is it? This is called Silver. It's from Louis Cardin. So I think they're an Arabic company, could be wrong. When I first smelt this, I thought it was a clone of maybe La Nuit de l'Homme, or a little bit like D&G Pour Homme, which I like both. Actually, it's not an exact clone of either. It's a really nice kind of amalgamation, if you like, of similarities between the two. It's a sweet pastry-like spicy fragrance with some freshness. It's a bit different if you want to stand out, if you're the eccentric one or the one with a big personality, if you've got your own sense of style, if you can rock whatever you want to rock, then I think this is the one. Prices aren't bad on these. I think you're going to be paying between £30 and £50 for a bottle. And it really does smell really pleasant. It's like an almondy smell to it. Sort of slightly almond-like, slightly floral, but don't let that put you off. It doesn't smell ridiculously feminine. It does also still smell a little bit like D&G Pour Homme and a little bit like La Nuit de l'Homme, but in its own way. I really like this one, and I find it unisex, so it's not the most masculine out of these frags, but it is wearable for a guy, young or old, so definitely fine to wear for a school day, also the evening. Really nice all-round fragrance, that one. Silver by Louis Cardin. If you want to stand out a little bit, that's a good one. So what's next? So if you've got a little bit more money and you want to smell really sophisticated, then Aqua de Palma's Colonia Senza is perfect. It's like stewed citrus fruit. So it's really rich and rounded citrus fruit fragrance with some woody backbone and really great performance. You're going to smell clean and well groomed all day long at school. Very impressive. This is for the guy who has a more mature outlook. This is not for the joker sitting at the back throwing spitballs or wherever they are, chewed up bits of tissue, isn't it? This is not for that guy. This is for the guy who's actually gonna study and probably do very well for himself when he comes out of school, if he's not doing so already. So if that's you, then you need to rock that, and everyone will be impressed, including your teachers. So what's next? I really love this one. I know I go on about it quite a lot. Does it even need any words? Does it though? This is awesome for the office, awesome for school, awesome for a 17-year-old, awesome for a 70-year-old. Starts off with a really lovely, fresh, neroli citrus, but there's some muskiness, there's some earthiness, and then the muskiness and the earthiness start to take over and become stronger than the citruses. You get pepper, quite a lot of black pepper. It's a very grounded fragrance. Very clean though at the same time, and versatile as fuck. So I can't recommend Ikon enough. The prices are great on this. The bottle is also great. I'm wearing it right now myself. I find it a bit unisex, and I have received compliments from wearing this. I love it, and I think that your classmates will appreciate if you smell like that, in my humble opinion. What's next? So I've emptied out a sample of this. I want a bottle myself. It's called Aqua Decima. Les Senteurs in London were kind enough to let me have a few samples when I went to visit them, and this is the one I fell most in love with. So the company's called Ode Italy. They're obviously an Italian company, and the fragrance it's similar-ish to Mugler Cologne, but it's a lot more citruses. It's a little bit different. There is vetiver. It's very, very clean vetiver that comes through. The performance is excellent, and I get the full working day from the few goes that I was able to get out of that. Mr. Smelly smelt this one and he really liked it as well. I mean, basically it's kind of a cologne style fragrance, but it's got a lot more going on. Perfect for school, perfect for the office. It smells great. It's unisex. It leans no way. It doesn't lean feminine, doesn't lean masculine. It just smells really, really great. So it's Ode Italy Aqua Decima, means 10th water. So I think we're on to our last one. Ooh, so this is perfect for school, perfect for office. It's called Bergamust, and it's by Gallagher Fragrances. Myself and Mr. Smelly love this one as well. Just really great citruses. I smell neroli and bergamot in here. And then as it dries down on your skin, you do get the ocean spray kind of vibe, but not too strong, because I don't like too much of a marine. I don't want to smell seaweed in a fragrance, and I don't get that. I get almost like just a hint of a sea breeze coming through with these beautiful citruses. Gives you good performance. You will get the full day, and it's an awesome independent fragrance house. So I do love the indies, but they're not too pricey. They're based over in the States, so if you are in the States, fairly easy to get hold of online. And it just smells really good, clean and fresh, but with that extra bit of sea air kind of thing, muskiness. Really, really good fragrance. Bergamust off of Gallagher Fragrances. That's it. Stopping there. Hope you enjoyed that, and let me know what your favourite back to school frags are. What are you rocking? Or back to the office, or whatever. Back to the grindstone, whatever that may be. Thank you. See you all later. Bye.